Initially my focus was predominantly in science. I did a mixture of whole class teaching and group teaching and group learning activities with them. To establish it, to start off the concepts that were there, for example, the school's global footprint and the idea of a carbon footprint. First of all, to help the kids to understand what carbon footprint was, we produced carbon dioxide. We did an experiment with bicarbonate of soda and vinegar, put it into a balloon and put it over, and it blows up the balloon. So they established that that was a gas produced through chemical reactions. We looked at other ways where the chemical reactions that produce carbon dioxide are all around us, for example in our transport, through cars, and the heating, through boilers, and etc. That really promoted them and helped them to kind of understand that the way that they live and the choices that we make have an effect on the production of this gas. Yeah. To be fair, we looked at the positives and the benefits of carbon dioxide. There seems to be, it gets a bit of a bad press, to be honest with you, as a greenhouse gas, but we looked at it as the uses of it. For example, they were aware that they had seen CO2 on fire extinguishers, so we looked at why it can be used properly, it can be used as a resource, it can be a precious thing. However, it does have a cost too, an environmental cost. We also used it to take that down the line of how we deal with it. For example, photosynthesis. We looked at how plants can redress the balance of carbon dioxide and how that might help us with our planning for our future school in terms of could we plant more trees, plant more garden space to try and help us to soak up this carbon dioxide that we're producing all around us through our everyday lives. In terms of that, we took it down to individual or to group tasks where I split the class into taking responsibility for each of the 6 areas that you see there. And they were charged initially to do their own investigations, for example, for energy, what forms of energy the school was using, and how that energy was used and conserved. Did we conserve it? This looked at, brought so many ideas for learning. For example, the efficiency of the boiler. We looked at how I'm recording the temperatures of the radiators in one area of the building to the temperatures in the other. And we discovered, the children discovered this themselves, that there was a massive difference in the temperatures of the radiators near the boiler and the ones that weren't. This prompted the question of how efficient is our system. We looked at ways of improving that efficiency, which brought in ideas of conservation of energy. In terms of food, the group that were responsible for that, they were charged with looking at how food is consumed within the school. This brought them into contact with the kitchen staff. The kitchen staff had previously felt quite excluded from the school. They were just there to do the dinners, and that was that. At first they were a little bit reluctant, but as they saw the point of what the children were trying to do, for example, where the food came from, it got them to think a little bit about just the food that they were cooking, and the cost of that was the environmental costs of transporting these foods. And they became a little bit more involved, and I think they became more pleased to be involved in the learning that was going on, rather than just provision of food in the school. For example, the children were charged with finding out what the situation was in terms of what food was used, who was using packed lunches, what things they brought with them, was it a waste-free lunch, how that could be provided. But initially it was to look at the current situation within the school, and then to promote, to look into findings to how they could improve that, and promote that learning and deliver it to the rest of the school.